चलिए इस वीडियो में हम लोग बिहार विधान परिषद डीईओ ऑफिशियल पेपर 24 सितंबर का जनरल साइंस को कवर करेंगे। पहला क्वेश्चन, rate of evaporation increases with an increase of surface area. Rate of evaporation increases with an increase of surface area. The rate of evaporation increases with an increase in surface area. The rate of evaporation increases with an increase in surface area. The rate of evaporation increases with an increase in surface area. This is because the evaporation occurs in the molecules that are at the surface area and not the interior. An increase in humidity would actually decrease the rate of evaporation, while vice versa would increase the rate of evaporation. Similarly, an increase in wind speed and temperature would increase the rate of evaporation. Additional information: evaporation, the process of vaporization which takes place only from the exposed surface of the liquid and that at all temperatures, is called evaporation. Evaporation causes cooling. Vaporization, the process by which a substance is changed from liquid state to vapor state, is called vaporization. Clear है? Rate of evaporation increases with an increase of surface area. Next, which one of the following which of the following monatomic, helium, monatomic or monoatomic elements are elements that are stable as single atoms? हीलियम जो है वो एक मोनो एटोमिक या मोनेटोमिक है, ठीक है। For an element to be stable, it needs to have a stable octet of valence electrons. List of monoatomic और monatomic. हीलियम जो है हीलियम जो है वो मोनेटोमिक है, नियोन मोनेटोमिक है, ऑर्गन मोनेटोमिक है, क्रिप्टन मोनेटोमिक है, जेनॉन मोनेटोमिक है, रेडॉन मोनेटोमिक है। लिस्ट ऑफ डाइटोमिक एलिमेंट्स। डाइटोमिक एलिमेंट्स में हाइड्रोजन आता है H2, नाइट्रोजन आता है N2, ऑक्सीजन O2, फ्लोरीन F2, क्लोरीन Cl2, आयोडीन I2, ब्रोमीन Br2। ठीक है, डाइटोमिक एलिमेंट्स हो गया, हाइड्रोजन हो गया डाइटोमिक, नाइट्रोजन हो गया डाइटोमिक, ऑक्सीजन हो गया डाइटोमिक, फ्लोरीन हो गया डाइटोमिक, क्लोरीन हो गया डाइटोमिक, आयोडीन हो गया डाइटोमिक और ब्रोमीन हो गया डाइटोमिक। और मोनेटोमिक में हो गया हीलियम, नियोन हो गया मोनेटोमिक, ऑर्गन हो गया मोनेटोमिक, क्रिप्टन हो गया मोनेटोमिक, जेनॉन हो गया मोनेटोमिक, रेडॉन हो गया मोनेटोमिक। क्लियर है? पूछ देगा कि डाइटोमिक कौन है, हाइड्रोजन, नाइट्रोजन, ऑक्सीजन, फ्लोरीन, क्लोरीन, आयोडीन और ब्रोमीन। अब पूछ देगा मोनेटोमिक या मोनोएटोमिक कौन है, हीलियम, नियोन, ऑर्गन, क्रिप्टन, जेनॉन, रेडॉन। नेक्स्ट, SOP soap solution used for cleaning purpose appears cloudy. This is due to the fact that soap missiles can scatter light. This is because the soap solution is a colloidal solution. ठीक है, this is because the soap solution is colloidal solution. This is because soap missiles are large enough to scatter light. Soap is not suitable for washing clothes with hard water. The hydrophilic end gets attracted to water while the non-polar tails attract each other. Then the ions are attracted to each other and form the special clusters, sometimes in the form of emulsions, which gives a cloudy look. क्या बोल रहा है, सॉप जो है, सॉप सॉल्यूशन यूज्ड फॉर क्लीनिंग पर्पस appears cloudy. This is due to the fact that soap missiles can scatter light. Next, which one of the following is not found in animal cells? सेल वाल, सेल वाल एनिमल सेल्स में नहीं पाया जाता है. Animal cells cannot have a cell wall. In plants, the cell wall surrounds the cell membrane. This gives the plant cell its unique rectangular shape. Animal cells simply have a cell membrane but no cell wall. Both animal and plant cells have mitochondria. Only plant cells have chloroplasts. This is because unlike animals, plants cannot get sugar from eating food. Instead, they produce it using sunlight. Vacuoles are present in both plant and animal cells. Plants have large vacuoles while animals have smaller vacuoles. Ribosomes comprise a complex micromolecular machine found within all living cells that serves as the site of biological protein synthesis. They are present in both plants and animals. बस एक सेल वाल है जो एनिमल्स में नहीं पाया जाता है, वो प्लांट में होता है. नेक्स्ट, in which form the mammals excrete nitrogen, urea. Nitrogenous wastes in the body tend to form toxic ammonia, which must be excreted. Uric acid is the chief nitrogenous waste present in the urine, especially of birds, reptiles, and insects. Whereas human mammals and frogs excrete urea, hence the option 2 is correct. And fishes excrete ammonia. Formula: uric acid C5H4N4O3, that's called uric acid. Urea CH4N2O, ammonia NH3. क्या ये फिशेज क्या सीक्रेट करता है, एक्सक्रेट करता है अमोनिया. and frogs excrete urea, humans excrete urea, and birds, reptile and insects uric acid. क्लियर है. नेक्स्ट, यहाँ देखिए ह्यूमन एक्सक्रेटरी सिस्टम, यहाँ है यूरेथ्रा है, ब्लेडर है, यहाँ पे देखिए रेनल आर्टरी है, किडनी है, ये रेनल वेन है, ये वेना केवा है, एओर्टा है, यूरेटर है. नेक्स्ट, the human excretory system is responsible for removing waste and maintaining salt water balance in the body. During the normal metabolism of the body, especially breaking down of protein, nitrogenous waste is produced such as urea. Here, kidney plays an important role in the purification of blood by removing the wastes. It removes the urea which is excreted out and blood goes back to the heart again. Excess water is flushed out in the form of urine, but the kidney helps the body to retain the necessary amount of water. When a normal kidney functioning is abrupt, then the patient has to go through an external dialysis process to maintain blood purification and flush out toxic waste. Lungs are the primary organ helping in the respiration process, while the pancreas secretes insulin which helps to control body sugar. Next, the tendency of a liquid drop to contract and occupy minimum area is due to surface tension. The property of a liquid is it always occupies minimum surface area. This phenomenon of liquid is known as surface tension. A force which is known as the van der Waals force draws the liquid particles together. Mathematically, surface tension is defined as the ratio of forces and the ratio of the surface force F to the length d along which the force acts. Example of surface tension. In a dropper, the water does not flow in a continuous stream, but rather in a series of drops. Several insects can walk on water. Bubbles are round. needle floating on water. Next. Which one of the following is a vector quantity? Momentum. The vector quantity that contains both magnitude and direction. Scalar quantity. A scalar quantity contains only a magnitude and no direction. Momentum. Momentum is the vector quantity of motion of a moving body, measured as a product of its mass and velocity. Where mass is a scalar quantity, mass does not need any direction, whereas velocity is a vector quantity. Thus, the greater an object's mass or the greater its velocity, the greater its momentum. Work. Work is a scalar quantity which is the product of force and distance. Work equal to force into S is F is force and S is called displacement. Work equal to क्या होता है? Force into displacement. Next. A girl is swinging on a swing in sitting position. When the girl stands up, the period of swing will be shorter. The time period is defined as the time taken to complete one oscillation. It is related to frequency of as follows. Frequency f equal to 1 by t. T is the time period of the pendulum. The time period of the oscillation of a pendulum is also given by the equation t equal to 2 pi under root L by G. यहाँ पे where is L is the length of the string of the pendulum and G is the acceleration due to gravity. Next. The motion of the girl on the swing is an example of oscillation as the swing moves back and forth. Here the girl is analogous to the bob of a pendulum and the length of the string corresponds to the length of the rope used to hang the swing. Let L be the length of the rope when the girl is seated and uh, L be the length of the rope when the she stands. Yes. When the girl stands up, the center of the gravity of the body is displaced upwards. Hence, the effective length of the rope decreases. Time period proportional to root under length. Therefore, the time period decreases when the length of the rope is decreased as the girl stands on the swing. Next. The working principle of a washing machine is centrifugation. Centrifugation is a separation process that uses the action of centrifugal force to promote accelerated settling of particles in a solid liquid mixture. The washing machine consists of a centrifuge for this purpose. A washing machine by spinning at 800 to 1600 rpm helps soap and dirt it to leave the surface of the cloth via centrifugal force and into outlet pipes, hence utilizing centrifugation to both clean and partially dry the cloth loaded in it. Next. Dialysis. In medicine, dialysis is the process of removing excess water, solutes and toxins from the blood in people whose kidneys can no longer perform these functions naturally. This is referred to as renal replacement therapy. The first successful dialysis was performed in 1943. Reverse osmosis. Reverse osmosis is a water purification process that uses a partially permeable membrane to remove ions, unwanted molecules, and large particles from drinking water. Diffusion. Diffusion is the process of particles moving from a highly concentrated region to a low concentrated region. The rate of diffusion of gases does not depend upon their volume. Rate of diffusion of gases is higher when compared to liquids and the solids, as gases can move freely from one region to another. Diffusion is only possible if the matter moves continuously, as diffusion means the moving of particles from a high concentration to a low concentration region. Next. Which one of the following is the correct sequence of the given substance in the decreasing order of their densities? steel, gold is greater than mercury, mercury is greater than steel. Gold Au has a density of approximately 19.32 gram per centimeter cube. Mercury Sg is in its liquid form at room temperature has a density of about 13.53 gram per centimeter cube. Steel is an alloy and its density can vary slightly depending on the exact composition, but it generally has a density in the vicinity of 7.85 gram per centimeter cube. The substances arranged in decreasing order of their densities are gold greater than mercury, mercury greater than steel. गोल्ड का डेंसिटी कितना 19.32 ग्राम पर सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, ग्रेटर देन मरकरी का कितना है डेंसिटी 13.53 ग्राम पर सेंटीमीटर क्यूब, और स्टील का कितना है 7.85 ग्राम पर सेंटीमीटर क्यूब. क्लियर है. नेक्स्ट, which one of the following does not contain silver? जर्मन सिल्वर, जर्मन सिल्वर. हॉर्न सिल्वर, सिल्वर कंटेन करता है. रूबी सिल्वर, सिल्वर कंटेन करता है. लूनर कॉस्टिक कंटेन सिल्वर. German silver, German silver, German silver is also known as nickel silver. German silver is a copper alloy with nickel and often zinc. The general composition of German silver is 60% copper होता है, 20% nickel होता है और 20% zinc होता है. German silver does not contain silver metal although it is silver white. Horn silver. The formula of horn silver is AgCl. It is an ore of silver, also known as serargyrite. Serargyrite. Horn silver is grey, very heavy halide mineral composed of silver chloride. Ruby silver. The chemical formula for ruby silver is Ag2S.Sb2S3, also known as pyrargyrite. Pyrargyrite. Ruby silver is sulfur salt mineral, a silver antimony sulfide that contains silver. Lunar caustic. Lunar caustic, also known as silver nitrate. Lunar caustic is the least expensive salt of silver. Lunar caustic is known for its antiseptic properties. Next. Which one of the following is also called stranger gas? Xenon. Xenon Xe gas is also known as stranger gas. Xenon is called stranger gas because the word xenon means strange in Greek. Xenon was discovered by William Ramsay and Maurice Travers in 1898. Xenon is more than 4.5 times heavier than air. Xenon is colorless, odorless and tasteless. Xenon is used in instruments for radiation detection. Noble gases. Noble gases are a group of chemical elements that do not interact with other elements in a manner. Generally, because their electron orbits are complete and filled with electrons, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon are noble gases. These elements are in the 18th groups of the periodic table. Noble gases contain 0.93% of the atmospheric volume and 1.29% of its mass. टोटल कितने नोबल गैसेज है 18th ग्रुप में पीरियोडिक टेबल के? तो हीलियम हो गया, दूसरा नियोन हो गया, तीसरा आर्गन हो गया, चौथा क्रिप्टन हो गया, पांचवा जेनोन हो गया, छठा रेडोन हो गया. Properties of noble gases. So a gases in room conditions, no color and no smell, have 8 electrons equivalent, produce vehicles only in special circumstances. Noble gases is drawn from the air in liquefaction and distillation. Found in the form of single atom gases, the very weak internal attraction between their atoms, it has very low melting and boiling rates. Nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, is a colorless gas with a slightly sweet odor that has various applications. Next. Which one of the following polymers is widely used for making bulletproof material? Polycarbonates. The polymer widely used for making bulletproof material is polycarbonate. Polycarbonate is a strong and transparent material that can stop bullets. Polycarbonate is used in bulletproof glass, bulletproof vests, and other protective gear. Polyvinyl chloride (PVC), polyvinyl chloride (PVC), a widely used plastic known for its rigidity and affordability. Polyamide nylon. Polyamides nylon, a strong and versatile synthetic fiber often used in textiles and carpets. Polyethylene is a lightweight and flexible plastic commonly used for bags, films, and containers. Polyethylene. Next. The offending substance in the liquor, tragedies leading to blindness, etc., is methyl alcohol. In tragedies caused by drinking spurious liquor, the active agent causing such tragedies is methyl alcohol. Methyl alcohol, which is commonly used for antifreeze, can also be added to illicit liquor to increase its alcohol content. Methanol is highly toxic to humans, and ingestion of just 10 ml can result in blindness, and 30 ml or more is usually fatal. Drinking just 25 to 90 ml of methanol can be fatal without proper medical treatment. Since methanol is an industrial chemical, it should not be consumed in any quantity, just as people would normally not mix gasoline or other industrial chemicals into legitimate alcohol beverages. Next, amyl alcohol. Amyl alcohol is used as a solvent and is in esterification, by which is produced amyl acetate and other important products. Commercially, amyl alcohols are colorless liquids, slightly soluble in water and having a characteristic penetrating odor. Ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol is a clear, colorless liquid with a wine-like odor. Ethyl alcohol is used in alcoholic beverages as a solvent and in making other chemicals. Ethyl alcohol, the only type of alcohol that humans can safely drink, is ethanol. We use the other two types of alcohol for cleaning and manufacturing, not for making drinks. Benzyl alcohol. Benzyl alcohol is an aromatic alcohol used in a wide variety of cosmetic formulations as a fragrance component, preservative, solvent, and viscosity decreasing agent. Benzyl alcohol is used as a general solvent for inks, waxes, salace, paints, liquors, and epoxy resin coatings. Thus, it can be used in paint strippers, especially when combined with compatible viscosity enhancers to encourage the mixtures to cling to painted surfaces. Next. Which one of the following was used as a chemical weapon in the First World War? Mustard gas. Sulfur mustard is commonly known as mustard gas, used in World War I 1914 to 1918. Sulfur mustard caused severe injuries and fatalities. In the Battle of Ypres, British soldiers faced mustard gas attacks without protective gear. Panicked victims seeking relief from the burning sensation drank water, inadvertently worsening the chemical reaction as it flooded their throats and lungs with hydrochloric acid. Hydrogen cyanide (HCN), water gas, and carbon monoxide (CO) are used as a chemical weapons in World War II, 1939 to 1945. Water gas is a kind of fuel gas, a mixture of carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Chemical Weapons Convention. The 1993 Chemical Weapons Convention prohibits the acquisition, stockpiling, development, and use of chemical weapons except for specific purposes like research, medical, pharmaceutical, or protective measures. This international humanitarian law aims to prevent the use of chemical weapons in armed conflicts. केमिकल वेपन कन्वेंशन कब हुआ था? 1993। नेक्स्ट, क्लियर है? हमने सारा साइंस का क्वेश्चन क्लियर कर लिया विधानसभा का। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग, लाइक एंड सब्सक्राइब।